Hi, I'm Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles having borderline personality disorder. I've written many books about mental illness in my family and I've written books about my psychologist that I had sexual relationships with, and the links to all of my books are down below in the descriptions. But I only come on my channel as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I can't give you a professional opinion. All I ask of everyone is please be kind in the comments to me and everyone else. Please like this. Subscribe to my channel. It's 100% free. You'll be notified every time a new video comes out. And please share my videos with everyone. And I want to hear from you. I care about your opinions, your thoughts. So let's get right on to this subject. How I use sex appeal to get what I want. Alrighty. When God doled out the brains, I think I fell asleep because I kind of missed out on that. So I don't have much brains. So if I don't have brains and I'm a poor girl, I don't have any money, what do I have that I can use? And it's sex appeal. You don't have to be a model or gorgeous to have sex appeal, okay? Sex appeal is something that you radiate. It isn't a woman that has 5'9", 110 pounds, double D tits, a tiny little Barbie doll waist. That's not what sex appeal is. That you have to be flawless and beautiful. Sex appeal is an inner light that you radiate. Now, I use a lot of things, little tricks that I use, acting like helpless to get guys' attention. I know this sounds like manipulation, but I'm trying to come on here and be as honest as I can that I did use these tactics. And one of them was being helpless and needing a guy's assistance. I'm going to give you two examples, okay? One in school. All right, think of a girl in school who's carrying an armload of books. Like, she's got all these books, in her hands, and like, oh, she drops them, all right? This has happened to me. Number one, I'm a klutz. I've never done this intentionally, okay? I'm not trying to use this video to teach women to manipulate men, all right? I've never done this intentionally. I just want you all to know. But I am helpless naturally. It's just my natural nature. I am a klutz. I do drop things. So, of course, if you have a lot of books or a lot of papers or whatever you have and you drop them or you spill the contents out of your pocketbook by accident, and this has happened to me over and again, and I'm sure it's happened to you gals out there, right? And of course the guy sees this, so he rushes over and he wants to help. You're bent down to pick up the books or the contents of your purse or all the papers that you spilled. The guy's bent down to help you, and then you look at each other in the eyes. The eyes are the windows of your soul, okay? You have to be like a pathological or an expert liar to be able to lie looking directly into someone's eyes. The eyes give away everything, all right? Look deep into someone's eyes when they're talking. See, are they constantly blinking? Or if they're not blink, the other extreme is no good too. If they're just, they don't blink. They're like fixated, that's the other extreme of like a psychopath. But when you look deep into someone's eyes, even for a mere second, something happens. It's something, that you're radiating your inner glow. inside of you to that person. It's like you're giving off, it's like an instant connection with that person. So acting, being helpless, I'm not saying acting, actually being helpless, actually needing help, dropping books, dropping papers. Another thing is you see someone, like I'm only 5'2". This has happened a lot. Especially someone who isn't young, carrying a lot of things, carrying a lot of packages. Like, for instance, oh, this package is so heavy. Oh, you're not asking for help, but you know, you're carrying a lot of packages. You can see I'm doing my Christmas shopping, right? Got my little Christmas outfit here on, my little Mrs. Claus outfit. So you're carrying a lot of packages, and you know you're walking to your door, and of course a guy sees this, comes rushing over. You know, oh, let me help you with that. You know, you can see that you're fumbling, that you know you're having a hard time, and then you look. He looks at you. You look at him. It's that instant thing, right? Feeling helpless. The guy wants to help. So when you help someone, you feel good about yourself. I know I feel good about myself. And you make a connection with that person. It's kind of like ego boosting, you know? Like if someone said to me, it could be a girl, doesn't have to be a guy, it could be anyone, all right? Sandy, will you help me pick out a Christmas outfit? I'm going to my a very special party, okay, and I'm meeting my in-laws for the first time. I want to make a good impression, and like, you always dress so good, and you buy all your clothes in a thrift store, so you know you don't spend hardly any money. So do you think that we could go to a thrift store and you can help pick me out like something that really looks really nice and Christmassy but not expensive? So if someone asked me that, I would be really flattered, okay? Because that person is looking up to me, thinking I have good savvy, good, you know, good style. And that person is really stroking my ego because they're asking me for help, because they think that, you know, well, I must have good style sense, right? Because why are they asking for my help at a very important time when they want to look good? So this plays a long way, all right? It goes a long way when you ask for help. Now, another thing is, like Bonnie Tyler's song, it's an 80s song. I'm an 80s chick with a big hair. I'm looking for a hero, you know? How many people know Bonnie Tyler? Total Eclipse of the Heart. I mean, that was one of my all-time favorite songs. And I love Bonnie Tyler. And she's an 80s chick. Looking for a hero. I'm looking for a hero. I always was the damsel in distress. And this is the whole thing in this book. Love Bombed by a Harvard Psychologist. When I walked into Dr. Richard Geist's office, I was literally a damsel in distress. I was looking for a hero. Dr. Richard Geist loved playing Superman. You know, Superman, he wants to help all the damsels in distress. I mean, it's like it makes him feel like, boosts his ego. Like, I'm helping this poor woman, these gorgeous poor women. You know, they collapse in his arms, and then he flies up in the sky with them, taking them away to danger, taking them towards safety. He, you know, someone is attacking them down below. He beats up the bad guys. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And then he swoops up the damsel in distress, and then he flies, takes her away, flies into the air, and brings her to safety. Well, this is true. This is very true of my whole therapy, especially the first 2 years with him. And I even told him in the beginning, I fell in love with him from day one. I said, you know, I'm a damsel in distress, and you have rescue hero fantasies. And he was like in shock that I was so intuitive. One thing about my disorder, borderline personality disorder, is I'm extremely intuitive. I can read people pretty well. I can read the situation pretty well. Um, I don't just look at surface stuff. I look much deeper underneath people's layers, you know. So I was drawn to him because I was, you know, needing a hero, looking for a hero, looking to be rescued. And he was drawn to me because I was 22 years younger. I was a helpless woman with a lot of mental health issues who was looking for someone to rescue her. How many of you, you know, what are the fairy tales all about? What have our parents been feeding us, right? They're reading fairy tales, okay? I grew up on it, and I'm sure I not only have I grew up on fairy tales, but I read fairy tales to my little kids. So my kids grew up on fairy tales. And it's always the damsel in distress, the helpless woman, and the hero coming in, the prince, the knight in shining armor, riding on his horse, right? And this is like a hand in a glove. This is how me and my psychologist fit like this, with a perfect fit, because I was helpless, and this wasn't manipulation on my part, okay? Yes, I had sex appeal. I was like, you know, oozing in sex appeal. And so was he. He was oozing in sex appeal too. Don't think that I'm the only one. He had a man. Don't think, all right, sex appeal, it's not just the woman, all right? Now I'm talking about it because I'm a woman. I'm talking about it from a woman's perspective, okay? But let me tell you, men use sex appeal, and now we'll get to the man that used sex appeal on me, Dr. James Barbaria. This is all his emails are in this book, Emails of an Unethical Psychologist. Some of my subscribers have bought the book and read the book. So this is a man using sex appeal on his patient, which is unethical. But how did he do that? Charming, sweep me off my feet, flattering, you know. He is a handsome man, dark, tall, dark, and handsome. Ever hear of that? That's my type. Maybe y'all like blondes, or I don't know what your type is, but mine is the tall, dark, and handsome. And it doesn't have to be that tall, you know. But I love dark hair and big brown eyes, and he was a man using sex appeal on me. Flattery. You know, he said to me in one session, "You look gorgeous, and you can wear anything, and you look gorgeous in it." Like, you know how some people have a favorite color? Oh, you look good in that color. You look good in every color. This is what he told me. You look good in everything. And this is after I've been coming to his office for a while. You know, like, you look good in everything. Like, there isn't any, you could wear a paper bag and make it look good. So that's a man using his sex appeal, you know, flattery, charm. He used to, you know, megawatt smile. He would crack jokes. Women love to laugh, okay? And men use laughter as sex appeal. I mean, flattery and making jokes, you know, having women laugh. I mean, having women laugh. When you laugh, when a man makes you laugh, think about it, he puts you at ease, okay? So when someone puts me at ease, I want to be around him a lot, right? Because I have anxiety issues. I have severe anxiety disorder. I have severe panic attacks. So when a guy makes me feel at ease, you know, makes levity of the situation, like makes a joke here and there, you know, it just makes me laugh. And think about it. When you laugh, you feel loose. You don't feel uptight. How can you laugh and feel anxious? I mean, the two just cross each other out, okay? They cross each other out. If I'm laughing, I don't feel uptight. I feel relaxed and I'm enjoying it. I'm getting out of my head for the moment. And this guy make me laugh. You know, he'd flatter me. He'd make jokes, and just put me at ease. But this was his way of using sex appeal and flattery onto me. So I showed you two ways of how I've used it on men and how men have used it on me. And let me tell you, sex appeal works. It does work. It can get you what you want. I've used it all my life, and I've used it not even consciously. I wasn't like consciously saying, well, I'm going to walk in there and seduce this guy and get what I want. I didn't even think about it. It's not something you even think of. But, and men can use it too, by appearing helpless. It's true. I'm a klutz in the kitchen. I don't know how to do anything, I don't even know how to boil water. Some men don't, How do you know the water is boiling? Well, you'll see bubbles. Oh, how big are the bubbles? No, honestly, some men really don't know one thing. So they don't even know how to cook pasta. How do I know when it's done? So they could just appeal to you by saying, hey, can you help me out? I'm having my parents over, and I'm inviting you over, and I don't know how to cook. Can you please help me out here? And like I said, whenever when someone asks you to help them, you're flattering that person, and you're also getting free help too. But you're flattering them because they feel like, wow, he's coming to me, or she's coming to me to ask my advice. Wow, that makes me feel like, woo, that person is looking up to me, looking up for my help. So that feels good. So it works both ways. It works for men and it works for women. So asking for help is kudos, big number one. You give that eye contact, look into their eyes, and then you'll get that connection. That's how you know. That's how I know if you connect. It's in the eyes. All right. Tell me what you think. Tell me when you used sex appeal to get what you wanted, and don't tell me you've never used sex appeal, because if you're a man or a woman, I know you used it at some point in your life.